have it, my friends, the intro video for Disco Elysium. Greetings, friends, and welcome back to another episode of DreamWizard Plays number 407, Disco Elysium, Director's Cut from 2021, Part 17. Happy Tuesday. How you doing? Say hello in the chat on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Trovo, Kick, and if you're watching on the X platform, leave a comment. I'll come back later and say hello. Would you kindly like, share, subscribe? Like the stream? Share the show with your friends right now. Tell them to jump into the chat with us. And of course, subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support my work, you may do so by purchasing one of 17 currently available works of historical dream literature. Book 3, 1, 2, 3 in the series, right over here. And the dog wants to get in my lap. Of course he does. Peanut butter. So, started raining outside. It's so dark in here I can barely see. I don't know where he is. I guess he'll let me know. Book 3 in the ABC series is right over here. Oneirochronologia, Volume 1. It is an anthology of shorter works of historical dream literature, too small to make independent books, but together they make a mighty tome. The first of 3. When I start the next game, I'll move on to the next book. I think I like doing it this way. Instead of trying to change a new book every single day, maybe I should do a new book every day. But I think we're going to do this. One per game for a while until I've played the next 17 games, I suppose. And then maybe I'll try something different. Maybe I should try to do one book each week. Maybe that's a better way to do it. We're going to ride out this week with this book anyway because, well, I keep forgetting to change it. So that's just how it is. You can find, of course, all this and more at BenjaminTheDreamWizard.com. Right there at the bottom of the screen. That'll be there for the entire broadcast. You can pop over there anytime. What you can also find there is the latest audio-only MP3 download of Dreamscapes episode 162, Esprit d'Aventure. My French pronunciation is atrocious. Esprit d'Aventure. Yeah. I'm suddenly a little embarrassed. But it is what it is. Of course, you can find that at BenjaminTheDreamWizard.com. And if you would head on over to BenjaminTheDreamWizard.locals.com, you can get your hands on this here. The Socialist Champagne, the custom cocktail, the themed beverage for this run of Disco Elysium. And if you have a beverage of your choice ready to do the toast. Hello, Yona. I see you. You're on time today. Wonderful. Welcome. You can raise a glass along with me at home or just chant along as you see fit. The toast is always the same. Here we go. Ein Prosit der Gemütlichkeit. Nostrovia. Kanpai. Salud. Cheers to you. And here's mud in your eye. Delicious. All right, let's get this stuff off the screen and get into the game. Here we go. Excuse. All right, continuation. We had just revealed some astounding news. Turns out they knew the guy was dead. They were trying to help out the girls. And we got to go back, I believe, and talk to Claudia. Get the story from Titus. Confront Claudia about the Hardy story. I wonder if she's going to be gone. Did she bug out when we weren't looking? It's probable. Let's find out. Oh, we're going to go shortcut. You know what? Probably no matter which way we go, it's going to be... if she's going to run, she's going to run. Let's see what happens. Is she there? She is.
It's always good to see you.
She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
Glacier, the Hardy Boys told us what really happened. Peanut butter. Still, sounds like he's under me trying to get up, but I guess not. Let's find out what she says.
I understand.
She puts her coffee mug on the table, and there he is. There's the boy. Come on, peanut butter. Come here. I gotcha. I gotcha, baba boy. Okay. Get comfy. There he is. Peanut butter. Okay. Continuing.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance he'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
She looks down at her feet.
Is she implying the Hardy Boys are the law?
Because of the Hardys, I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help. Out of the shit I'd gotten into. We got some options here. Number one, the Hardy Boys are not the law. We are. Number two, that's not good enough. Or number three, cool, I'm satisfied with this explanation. Let's be neutral about this. I want more of an explanation. That's not a good enough reason.
You're right. There's more.
More, you say?
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again.
Oh, wow. Okay, so if it was like a sniper rifle that shot this guy through the window and might have been aiming at her, is she out here putting her back, the back of her head, on display, hoping she'll be next? Just get it over with. Kill me too. Are we going to watch that happen right in front of us? Jesus. Let's find out. Because she keeps glancing over her shoulder to the sea as if she's expecting any minute now that bullet's coming.
Where the cold oceanic expanse lies, and behind it, another world.
Is that why you keep looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
She lights the cigarette. I ask her, what's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill. Well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
So she says, But she says she's still wanted. Task complete. Get the whole story from Titus, which means actually come back and get it from Clausier. Gained experience plus 10. We've got some options here. Number one, what did you do to have these people after you? It looks like I'm going to get to ask all of them. Well, let's start with that. What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oranje.
Not illegal, huh?
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again. With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
He taps on his notebook.
The job was Lou's doing County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
Just went after a bank, huh?
But she really destroyed them. She still feels it.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Lou Scott and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Now this one, it looks like we're only going to get to pick one. Do I tell her? I'm sure there are people who have done much worse than that, which is true. Number 2, serves them right. When I am king, this savings bank will be a first against the wall. Number 3, you're right. That is bad. You've destroyed what people built. Or number 4, that's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. I mean, I don't know that they deserved it. I don't know that they didn't deserve it. I don't know that she cared. It seems like that's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into, is the right way to go.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at the thought.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
Clausier, what did you do?
One of them killed themselves because of me.
That's not easy to deal with.
How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it?
She looks at you with pleading eyes. So apparently she's been on a bender. Sex and drugs, rock and roll, all of the above to deal with the fact that she's on the run. Being hunted down to be murdered and caused a lot of damage in her wake. No wonder. And she asks me, how do I deal with it? Oh boy. Pretty much the same way. I was on a bender too. How do you do it? To be honest, Clausier, I don't either.
There you have it. The way of the warrior.
She's already almost devoured the cigarette she just lit and looks at it sadly. Meanwhile, I got +5 XP and a level up. How about that? All right, Clausia, tell me what happened here on the night he died.
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
She points to the window. The silhouette of the bed is visible. I ask, tell me exactly what happened.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead. Before he fell down on top of me.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
Shit. Well, that's dark, but correct, I suppose. You know, at this moment, I'm not going to mention it. I'm just going to ask, then what happened?
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
Your cigarette, miss.
Oh.
She looks at it and quickly tosses the butt aside. I'm going to tell her, I'm sorry this happened to you.
So am I.
She immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Because that's the best way to clear your head. Yeah, Yona, that is a significant turn of events for sure. We're getting the story here. I don't know how close to the end we are. How much more is there? Is she lying to us about all of this? Did she kill him after all? I mean, are we being played? Who knows? I'm just kind of along for the ride at this moment.
Good thinking. Clear your head. You should clear your head. Get into his mindset.
My bodily desire to alter my states of consciousness is relentless.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
What did you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. To the lorries at the intersection, as far as you can.
Why didn't you just keep running away from here? You know, as a matter of fact, why are you here now?
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. This is as far as it gets.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Ruby, huh? So Sylvie was there. She was tending bar. And Ruby must be the 8th Hardy boy. Did we hear that name already? Or are we hearing it for the first time? Or is this someone unrelated? We'll see.
Ruby?
Before we continue... Well, there you go. Who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
She's the leader. What?
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
She says, as if it's self-evident. I respond, I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted with great power. She trusts her. So do the others.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
Why not?
What shit? Plus 5 XP. Well, we figured that out. I kind of called it right ahead of time. Okay, let's go on. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told.
Yona says, so is the goal to solve the murder solely? Do you think you will go on to try and find the murderer? I don't know. It's a good question. We're going to find that out. Like, once I've heard the full story, is this the full story? Or is there more? Yeah, are we supposed to track down that murderer and find out who it was, what they were doing here, why? All right, continuation.
She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
Oops.
Visual calculus fail. Oops. What does that mean? Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. All right then, Clasier. Then what did you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
So what did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
Yona says there was something your perception was supposed to pick up on that you missed. Well, perception here said to mislead you. They were tampering with the body. And then visual calculus had a failure, and it's not going to tell me what it was going to tell me. It just said, oops. I don't know what else to do with that. So I ask her, this Ruby, where is she now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Was she at new task? Make Titus give up Ruby's location.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
All right. I ask her, when it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
That is my perception with a medium success. Barely made it. Medium 11 versus my total 11. That was my guess. This must have been a sniper shot from out to sea. I'm just going to ask her straight up. Did you kill Lely?
What? Why would I put myself through this insanity? Get myself cornered like this?
She lapses into silence.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
It had to be asked.
All kinds of crazy things happen when drugs are involved. Sweet drugs. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
My volition chides my electrochemistry. Let's see. Well, electrochemistry gave us a hint that drugs... So I ask her, Drugs were an integral part of your relationship. Perhaps they contributed to its end?
What does that mean?
Do drugs make you aggressive?
No. People don't take drugs to kill each other. They take them to feel okay with each other. I thought you Ravishol people would be more enlightened on this. I'm sorry, officer. I'm under some stress here.
The people downstairs have this crazy idea that maybe you did kill him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it.
You know, Clausier, it's okay if you did it in self-defense.
I did not kill him to defend myself from a rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
All right. Let's go over some other questions.
Like what?
Could those same people that are after you have been the ones who killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
She looks at the cigarette in her hand.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Either way, it is something to consider.
We can't go after loose cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
So why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth.
I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
Oh God. That was a lie too. Who made the call then?
My volition seems to think she's lying about having made the call. What? She shakes her head. So I called you. I hope with all my heart that's not the last thing I do in Ravishol. My volition says, oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? I point at the window behind me and ask, when was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
She takes another drag.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
In her bedroom? Inside?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Visual calculus has set me a new task. I say to Clausier, I think we're done here. For now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
She is in a sad state. The lieutenant glances at you, and then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody.
I can say, in God's name, wake up. And I've barely got an even chance. I get a bunch of bonuses, +3 from manipulating your skill set, +1 from the love that did him in, +1 lied about making the call, +1 discussed the secret route. Yona says, I don't think she's a flight risk. I think you're right. I'm wondering if I'm going to lose the chance to do this drama thing. Like, if I leave, let's return to this later. Or should I try and spin that wheel right now? It is it's a white check, so I may retry it, which means it won't disappear. So I can actually boost. Okay, let's return later. I'm going to boost my drama, and we're going to get to that from, because we got like drama glasses, right? Drama. Don't I have drama glasses? I thought I did. Maybe I'm already wearing them. No, that's Encyclopedia. I've got a drama robe. I've got to put on this crazy robe. Okay. Drama tie. Yes. Drama tie. Drama shirt. Yep. Oh my God. She's like, why are you changing clothes in front of me? What the hell is going on here? Do I have drama shoes? I do not, but that boosted the hell out of my drama. That gave me a +4. All right, we're going to go back in here. We're going to quick save it. Oh shit, I can't quick save. I'm going to have to go through this first, and then we're going to come back out and talk to her again.
The Jamrock Shuffle. In a way, yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Jamrock Shuffle, cracking open containers. Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the poorest parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of royal catacombs called Le Royaume, just beneath the streets. As children, you would all go underground, hoping to find treasure, and come back with a rat's tail or a used needle. That playful curiosity must still be in you. Who knows, maybe one day the Orbe de Montagne, the Holy Scepter, and the Cocaine Skull will all be yours.
That is the answer to the Jamrock Shuffle. What are the bonus? Find better loot in locked containers. What? Well, okay then. Let's accept. It is what it is. We're going to pop out of here. Oh.
As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all.
Looks like I was right.
If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate.
I guess I'm going to turn to her and say, looks like love did him in after all.
She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
I say nothing and let her answer.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me, or that it was chemically induced and not real.
Why is that?
Easier that way.
Clausier? Was it? Was it real?
I don't know.
She looks down at the yard, then back into her coffee.
Real as anything.
My empathy is telling me, yeah, she cared about that guy. She was very sad to have him dead. All right, now we can finally quick save it. I can go back in here with my drama boost.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Now I've got a 97% chance to say, hey, lady, in God's name, wake up. Let's see what happens.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and willow wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately, before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Really? That's the drama. The drama part of me is saying she's lying to you. Arrest her immediately. What do I do?
Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first.
My volition steps in to moderate.
See?
I can turn to the lieutenant and say, Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? Number 2, I think you didn't make that call to the station. I can confront her directly. And your name isn't Clausier. And more. All right, volition. Do I want to skip that one? Do I want to ask Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? Maybe I'll do that later. Let's say I'm going to confront her directly. I think you didn't make that call to the station.
I did. What is this? I called your desk or whatever it is. The numbers are all over town. Call 8-100-2 for emergencies. There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she was smoking. She took my complaint. She coughed.
That is the emergencies desk number.
Oh, my Encyclopedia just gave me money. And plus 10 XP.
Anyone could know that, sire, by looking around and calling the desk. I don't believe a single word she says.
Drama is convinced she's a liar.
What time did you make the call?
Thursday night. It was late, sometime after 12.
It checks out.
I'm going to say nothing. I could challenge her and say, anyone could know that number. And that someone coughed. Doesn't mean anything. Or do I say nothing? Do I keep that suspicion to myself? What's more likely to provoke her to lose her cool and confess out of agitation? Let's go for it. Let's say something versus saying nothing. Here we go.
But I know the time of the call, too. I know I have not been 100% truthful with you, officers. But I am now.
You sense a little hesitation there, or maybe even fear. The stress was on the wrong syllable. Welcome to the wake-up club, brother.
I continue to confront her. Your real name isn't Clausier Amando, is it?
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real name, not when people are after you.
Okay.
Her voice cracks suddenly, like there's a garrote around her neck. Okay, what? I ask.
Okay, it's not.
Good. Well, now you can tell me the truth.
You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. I couldn't just beg you not to enter my name. So I lied. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB. I have to lie all the time. I'm so tired of it.
She looks at her hands. Her fingernails are chipped white. Was the passport bullshit too? That passport you kept hidden.
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast, in the reeds. It just doesn't say Clausia Amandu. It says Anouk Mea Smith.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. Given to me by my employer. I can't even use them. My employer probably leaked the name, Mea Smith, to hurt me.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly. I didn't show up because I was afraid they'd do something to me. The job was finished. I'm just a liability now.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
Where is this buoy?
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there since. I'm not sure I could even find it now.
And I am suddenly reminded, right near where we found the cryptozoologist setting his traps, there was something in the reeds. It says, or at least, this looks like a neat place to hide something, but there's no reason to search it now. I think I remember that spot.
It's useless.
West of the boardwalks in the reeds, you say. All right, Kim, well, we're going to need to check this out.
The lieutenant makes a note of it.
You're welcome to it. It's in the reeds northwest of here, past a broken sewage pipe, right near the water line.
Tell me your real name.
It's Katarzyna Lazie.
The smile on her face is timid, almost painfully so.
Could it mean Glazia is an alacronym for Katarzyna Alazie?
I mean, it uses a lot of the same letters. K. Lazie. I'm going to say, is Clausier an abbreviation of your name?
It was a sentimental thing. I wanted to be more me here, this time. So I used my nickname.
A nickname? Who gave you this nickname, Clausia?
I ask her, who gave it to you?
A teenage boy. 1,000,000 years ago.
Well then, finally, we meet. Katarzyna Alazie.
She nods. Her round eyes meet yours. They seem moist from the wind on the roof.
I take it you're probably not Miss Aranye 37, are you?
I am. They can never take my sash and my scepter from me.
Maybe she is.
Yes, they can, for lying.
I say, enough.
She nods, her back straight, ready for whatever is next.
What if I told you you're under arrest?
But I haven't done anything illegal.
Failure to aid a police investigation.
Technically true. Lying to the police repeatedly. Probably still.
Fucking mind games. Enough.
My authority and my urge to do violence are in perfect agreement.
That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
Drama, giving me the effective advice, but do I want that outcome? Let's see. I could say that, number one, failure to aid a police officer. You have wasted our time in a time-critical investigation. Number two, you're a suspect in a murder. You're a flight risk. That's all the reason I need. Number three, you're not playing these mind games with me anymore. You're coming in. And wag my finger under her nose. Or we can get her for the industrial espionage. We uphold international law here in the zone of control. Failure to aid is weak. Suspect in a murder? I mean, until we prove otherwise. Mind games seems like a personal vendetta. And I don't really care about industrial espionage. I guess we're going to go with the suspect in a murder. And a flight risk.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Shit, we're really doing it.
Please no.
Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back further away.
But there's nowhere to go. A 2-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before.
She might still jump over the railing and go head first.
Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. I know who shot Ledley. You know it wasn't me. Why would I do it? I have no motive.
What do you know? Who shot him?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says, "Gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her."
She's gearing up for a betrayal, huh?
Ruby.
Dun, dun, dun. Why did Ruby shoot her? Well, that's what I'm going to ask. Why do you think it was Ruby?
She has this thing for me ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
Oh, yeah.
What she's saying is sex.
And what is that? What does she want?
Sex. And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
The lieutenant sounds incredulous, but he still has the cuffs in his hand.
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
And you led her on?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Does sound like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
This is true.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs.
So did she pull the trigger, or was she just responsible for the trigger being pulled? Because if Ruby was able to be downstairs by the time this gal came down 20 minutes later, or less than 20 minutes later...
Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
So you're saying when Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
She looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
Glacier, how could she have had him killed?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
She points to the door that leads to the pinball workshop.
She could have come up through there, then taken the shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
And we found the key hanging from the bush in the union booth where Ruby could have hidden it. All the guys were being unhelpful, unfriendly about getting the key. Oh.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
So it wasn't a long-distance sniper shot. It might have been her standing right outside the window and just firing in. And then, bloop, she's back through the secret passage and on her way. That's who the peeper was. She was being peeped on by Ruby. Ruby was obsessed. It's starting to make sense to me.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
The young woman falls silent. Her mouth moves without a sound. After a moment, I ask, what is it?
The peephole. My bed is right next to... She would have seen us.
That's what I thought.
You mean to suggest she made it?
Probably.
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and...
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there.
Probably did.
Don't let your imagination run wild here, sire. Keep it on track.
All right, well, that's about it for Ruby.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now.
My drama is insistent she be arrested.
Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there.
Electrochemistry, always to be mistrusted, says not so fast.
Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful.
What does my authority have to say about her being beautiful? That's the wrong... the wrong internal empire, whatever it is. Push her a bit more, then let her off. Why push her more?
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
What are these answers? All right. I got two choices. Step in a little bit closer or back off. If I back off, I'll say, okay, I'll keep you here, miss, for now. If I step in, I'll say, that's all good, but I think we should take you in just in case. My volition is, excuse me, undecided. Okay, what now? Drama says arrest her. Electrochemistry says, nah, come on. My authority says to push her. My savoir-faire says she's already in prison. She's only trying to help you. So I'm getting conflicting things. She did just say she has nowhere to run. I don't think she's going to leave. But should I intimidate her a little bit more? Is that actually necessary? It's giving me that option. I can follow the voice of my inner sense of authority or my inner savoir-faire. I don't know that I need to lean into my authority right here. I already did that to get her to open up, and she did. I think any more is just cruel. It doesn't look like it's going to serve a purpose. So I'm going to back off completely. We're going to go with the savoir-faire and say, all right, I'll keep you here for now. Let's cut her a break.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
Oh, I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Something tells you, you will.
Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger.
Oh yeah, one false move and she could get hauled off to jail.
You are. This is not the end of this.
You are a tiger, says my inner half-light. Yona says, I just thought about... What'd you just think? How I just made a horrible mistake and I should have intimidated her just a little bit more? If she needs protection. Oh. She might. I mean, we need to track down Ruby if that's what's happening. It may be better to take her in. Yeah. Might be a problem. Could be. I don't know that it was going to give us that option. What I seemed to be choosing between right a moment ago was, do I, knowing that I'm going to let her off the hook either way, I'm not arresting her. We're just not doing that. Should I intimidate her one last time to make sure she's well and truly under my thumb, or back off a little bit and not torment her? I didn't see a reason to push it any further. We'd already kind of cracked that egg, and there was no need to scramble it. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but if I take her in, they might get her in custody as well. Yeah. Like, I don't know. If she's just an evil femme fatale and she really killed the guy and I'm being played, then yeah. I mean, we would want to see her get what's coming to her. If she's kind of a, just a bit of a mess but honestly a kind of a victim in all this as well, then I don't want to torture her for no reason. I'm going to go back to this category. Let's get back to those lies you told. I don't know why. Is there anything more in there that we need to learn?
Lies?
She trails off. It's unclear what she intended to say.
Yes, we demand she be punished for deceiving us. We demand her anxiety. We demand her fear.
Oh, so my sense of drama is just a fucking bastard. Oh, well, we don't want her fear and anxiety. Nope. Drama. Not listening to you, you bastard. All right, let's change the subject.
She slowly lights another cigarette and
all right, let's return to this later, I say to myself. I'm also going to change my clothing back into the other stuff I was wearing. Was it polo shirt? It was polo shirt, wasn't it? Or was it conceptualization? No. What I need to boost is visual calculus if I can, because we need to go look at the window. That was another thing. Where's my visual calculus? Glasses. Visual calculus jacket, maybe? I think probably not. Well, there's a conceptualization jacket. Oh, look at that. What was the other one? It was my esprit de corps. Oh, and visual calculus. No, we need to keep that on for sure. What else do we got here? We put our proper tie back on and shirt back on. We never changed the pants. And we never changed the shoes. It is what it is. Empathy. Reaction. Savoir-faire. Perception. I think we're good. Oh, and drama's down to -1. Oh, because I only have one little boost to visual calculus. Just those glasses. And the jacket. And that's it. All right. We're going to save it again. Let's do a hard save. It's been a minute. We're actually going to go inside and have a look around this room. We're going to do a little visual calculus check.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Got a +1 because we learned what happened, and now we can have a 72% chance. Let's roll them bones.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th, and a shot has just been fired.
So there she is, and there he's behind her.
The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth, a ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
This looks like a lower trajectory shot and a higher trajectory shot for someone shorter or taller.
Ending him.
So where does the shot come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
I choose the option here, inspect the ghostly figure.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Hey, if you gotta go, I hope I go that way. Dead before I know it. Now I'm going to have a look at point A prime out on the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
I ask myself, shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm what? About 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition. A Bell-McGrave rifle, for example. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Wondering if there's any chance the shot could have come from the building across the way. It just seems like a funky angle. Like if I extend it out, it might go all the way over to that building next door. But then that would mean that the person who shot him was in that building and not out here. When we've already got a theory that they shot him from out here and then ran inside, which is a really convenient, quick escape route. I ask my visual calculus, could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point.
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
I mean, are there any arguments against A prime being the location of the shooter?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin further away? See, I've already been thinking through all these things.
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Yes, please extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
Okay, so here was A prime, but extrapolating out, it could have been all of these locations. So the boardwalk all the way out to an islet in the bay. Okay. I asked my visual calculus, how about more precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Let's have a look at B prime, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Let's have a look at point B double prime, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away, the least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Least likely of all the points. And you know what? We have not been any further than Land's End, way up here. We've never been over to this island. I am now suddenly reminded that I was told that approximately half the game was discovering who done it, and then the other half of the game was catching the murderer. It's entirely possible here at episode 17 we have only completed half the game, depending on how distracted I get as I attempt to now track down and apprehend the killer. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's pretty interesting. I mean, I didn't think we were going to finish today or tomorrow, but maybe by the end of the week. It looks like no, maybe another couple of weeks to go. I'm enjoying this. I'm not complaining, but I do like trying to map out when is this going to end, because it matters, because then I got to start a new game and I got to be ready for it, so I like to know when it's going to happen. Yeah, we could be basically just about now at the halfway point. Let's see. I have a look at point B triple prime on the islet.
1 kilometer away, a point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer.
Okay. Well,
The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
I asked Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof? Somewhere out in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime on the boardwalk, Land's End, or the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than from the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one.
Indeed.
It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Yep. I blink and leave the visual calculus construction. Well, there you have it. And the game auto-saves. We're going to pop back out here, because we can. Yep, I was a little bit ahead of the game there. Theorizing that possibly we would be looking at a different scenario than someone on the roof. So, we've got to talk to Titus and make him give up Ruby's location. Well, he's not going to do that right away. It's not happening today. We can go inspect the buoy, which I think I want to do. There's actually a building over there I'd like to try and figure out how to get up on top of that seems like a likely place for a sniper's nest. Also, we check all the areas for traces of a bullet and see what happened. I don't think I can get out to the island, at least not right away. I also need to confront whoever this person is named. Oh, that was at 2200 at the fish market to get my weapon back. Man, we've just been finishing out this whole day. What time is it? It's coming up on... It's only 6:30, so we got time. I need to go out here and find out what's up in these areas. So let's go out back and dig around. Oh my goodness, every time I leave this area, this door is open again. Or closed, rather. Precisely the opposite. Ooh, it's foggy. Is that so? Look at this. I never came far enough back around here. The sound of melting snow dripping off the roof. It's strange. And for whatever reason, I can't get in here. Nope. I guess they're not going to let me. Maybe I got to go through here to get in there. But we're going to quick save it, at the very least, and find out what's going on here.
The pile of Eternite looks stranger now that Kuno told you about his pad.
Oh, that's where he told us we could go. So, what is this?
It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack.
Kuno told me about the shack. My perception is that there's something suspicious here. I got a 97% chance. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material?
Because, unless Kuno lied, you should just be able to pull the panels aside.
That is precisely what I do.
There it is. You see a shabby little door.
Okay. Plus 5 XP.
So this is the shack Kuno mentioned. Let's take a look inside there.
I completely forgot this was even a thing. Here we go. Into Kuno's shack. Oh my goodness. It's crawling with locusts in here. Is that so?
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air.
What?
The earthen floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
What is happening in this shack?
Like skyscrapers, spires of dirt and sand rising. Accommodations for their insectoid inhabitants.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case.
The lieutenant looks around and writes something in his notebook, then turns to you.
Of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Yes, that is precisely what I was thinking, Kim.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
You think that Insulindian phasmid is nearby?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The phasmid doesn't exist. But what do I know?
Well, then let's talk to Kuno about this and get him to stop.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
How about that? Oh, what is this? Oh shit, we can go up on top. We sure can. Oh, yeah. This is where we're able to get around all these things here. And that's how we get into here. Very nice. This doorway is going to collapse soon, or so it says. We found some money and a bucket with a postcard in it. All right, let's get out of here. There's nothing else. How do we get up here? Oh, that's how we do it. Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to see what was in this box for a long time. In the box is just some Nosafed. Nothing special. All right. We're going to run for it before the roof collapses. Nothing else up here. Okay, we go back inside. There was a few more things in this area. We got a pig's head. Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. On the desktop over here, a silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder.
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
Looks like someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere?
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However...
He points towards the ladder in the corner.
See that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
Ah, that's what we could have done. Could have gotten in that way, huh? The poster says, get out of the way or get effed up. And money. We're stealing from the kid. We sure are. Well, we've been in here now. We've seen the place, done the thing. Oh, why is there still a dot here? Do I need to know what that is badly? It's a green dot. It's a little informative. It's going to say, this is a pile of dirt. I'm not going to bother. Not going to bother. Oh, we're going to talk to Kuno, though. Let's do another quick save real quick here.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
The boy turns to you. He doesn't care. Kuno, I found your shack.
Yeah, did you fuck in there?
What was it What was with the pig head?
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
You trying to send some kind of message?
Yeah, to the both of you. Watch your ass in Kuno's town, or Kuno's gonna fuck your head off.
I found a plate covered with powder. You know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Looks like he does.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you?
Good
That's
call,
enough of that.
Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
All right, then. Well, I know you took the locusts from the trap. The cryptozoologist set up.
Yeah? Kuno took the bugs. So what?
Well, why didn't you just tell me that?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
You know, I was really hoping it would be the reed phasmin that ate the locusts. Not you, Kuno.
Yeah, well, Kuno's all you got, bitch.
You said you didn't give a fuck about the bugs, and then you go and build a whole bug city?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends. Stop!
Kuno S. wails from behind the fence, then buries her face in her hands.
You stop. It's like they're fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
There's a tug of war over the name of his fantastical city. It's almost too big for his imagination. The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
You know, City of Rage actually sounds like a cool place.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
That's great. It's cool to make art.
Oh my God, Kuno. He's gonna make you totally lame in, like, 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them open. They don't give way.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
But don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
A leaden silence fills the yard.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
I'm going to say Kuno and I have discussed this. I promised I wouldn't do that.
I don't believe you.
She disappears entirely behind the fence.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face. Use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
Well, I'm going to ask him to stop taking locusts from the traps. The cryptozoologists are trying to find something very important. Those locusts are bait.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. She was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
I got to ask you, man, what does the City of Locusts mean to you?
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
He turns his face up towards the heavens.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
Then what's going to happen to the locusts in the shack?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Well, now that that's all settled, I guess I'd better be off.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
They're trying to catch the Insulindian phasmid.
Huh.
He mutters to himself.
He recognizes the name.
Wait, you know what the Insulindian phasmid is?
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
Okay. Well, that happened. What item? Oh, I picked up a new postcard. That's right. What do we got here? Well, the missing insects case. Kuno has promised to stop. Report your findings to the cryptozoologist. Don't mind if I do. Let's go back in there and tell him what's up. Just in case, another quick save.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
Moral, I had a chat with this kid, Kuno. He promised to stop stealing the locusts.
So it was just a child.
He purses his lips, crestfallen.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie. This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
Task complete. The missing insects case gained experience plus 30.
Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid, or the missing locusts. It's something else.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe we can.
The aging cryptozoologist breaks into a hideous coughing fit.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You're right, you're right. We can come back next season, when it's warmer.
There won't be a next season. Not for this. Find the phasmid or admit defeat, people.
Well, I can get involved or not. If I refuse, I could say, you know, man, this is costing me time on my main investigation. I could say, it's not worth risking your health. You should call it a day and go home and refuse the case. I can refuse by saying, you know, I'd offer to help, but I have my own things to do. I can say, damn it, maybe I can still restock the trap for you and accept the case. Or I can say, we've come too far to quit. I'm going to restock that trap. Let's do this! And accept enthusiastically, which is what I'm going to do.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
Really? It's too much, officer.
He starts coughing again.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
She nods toward her husband.
Here's a fresh batch of locusts. They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but,
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
Indeed.
This would show them all. We need to get you on that list of discoverers. No question about that.
Well, my authority and my electrochemistry are in agreement, and that's it. And you know what? We were going that way anyway. Because once we step out here, we can fast travel to the fishing village, and it's a hop, skip, and a jump right over there, where we're going to end up looking for Miss Clasier's ID attached to the buoy. And I'm going to do that after I come back from a break. So we're going to do a little quick save. Whoops, stop that. I'm going to put it on pause. I'm going to duck out for 10 minutes, and I will be right back after these commercial message and video game trailers. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Benjamin the Dream Wizard wants to help you pierce the veil of night and shine the light of understanding upon the mystery of dreams. Every episode of his Dreamscapes program features real dreamers gifted with rare insight into their nocturnal visions. New Dreamscapes episodes appear every week on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and other video hosting platforms, as well as free audiobooks exploring the psychological principles which inform our dream experience, and much, much more. To join the Wizard as a guest, reach out across more than a dozen social media platforms and through the contact page at benjaminthedreamwizard.com, where you will also find the Wizard's growing catalog of historical dream literature available on Amazon, documenting the wisdom and wonder of exploration into the world of dreams over the past 2,000 years. That's Benjamin the Dream Wizard on YouTube and at benjaminthedreamwizard.com.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Wait, what?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Now hold on a second. Don't you listen to him. What did I ever do to you?
She will do everything in her power to stop you.
Well, yeah. I don't want to die.
She'll charm, and she'll lie, and she'll promise you the world. And if she has the chance, she will kill you 12 times over.
Is he even listening to me?
Don't forget, the fate of the world rests on your shoulders.
You're not actually going to try to kill me or anything, right? Because I wouldn't if I were you.
If you try, I'll kill you as many times as it takes.
All right, I'm back. But you know me. I got to let this play out. We got to get to the end of the video. What if someone is watching this for the very first time and they just have to see how it ends? And that's how it ends. Coming soon. Oh, excuse me. So much frogginess. And the dog is still running around. We'll see if he decides to get up in my lap momentarily. All right, we're going to teleport or fast travel out to check on the bugs. What else we got here? Oh, yeah, I got a new thing. I got a box of locusts. I could sell them for $1.28. I could tell them I'm going to do this thing and then not, and just go sell it. Why would anyone buy a box of locusts? I wonder if I could go give them to Kuno. He says he doesn't want them anymore, but whatever. All right. Insulindian Phasmid. Restock the trap. The trick is to remember which one it was. I do remember which one it was. It was the last one I checked. Oops. Actually, we got to go to the map and travel to the fisherman's village. Off we go. It was over here, right? There it is. Two birds with one stone in the same area. There it is.
The trap stands empty near the reeds. No insect sounds or movement around. Only the reeds' apprehensive hissing.
I release the locusts into the empty trap.
The locusts, dazed from being transported, slowly begin to acclimate to their new surroundings. They're not really going to get the chance to get comfortable here.
Good, now that's done. When do you think we will return to our impending apocalypse of a murder investigation? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question.
We'll get around to it when I'm good and ready.
He doesn't want to, but if there is one more cryptozoological runaround, he must force the investigation back on track. This better be it.
I think it's the only one available to me, so chances are good this is the last one. And come over here. And there it is. We've found the thing. Could this be the buoy Clausier told you about? It sure could. Let's investigate.
A metal and plastic contraption bobs up and down amidst the trembling reeds. At first, it just looks like trash. But if you look closer...
That, over there, must be the boy Clausier told us about. The one she hid her passport in. We should take a look.
Let's pick up the buoy.
You lift the boy out of the water without much effort. It's not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the bottom appear to have been cut.
Ooh. Let's examine the plastic ball.
The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic. It hasn't been in the water for very long, but it's already discolored and slimy with silt. A latch holds it close, but only just barely. The brittle metal of the latch has cracked.
Simple construction. Very unsafe.
I shake the buoy.
There's something in there, splashing around.
For whatever reason, I sniff the buoy, because why wouldn't I?
It smells like you would expect it to smell. A concentrated version of the coast. Salt, industrial slop, and decay. The water this side of the peninsula is cleaner. Actually, smells a little salty.
Now I've got a cat in the way. And I open the buoy.
A shot glass's worth of seawater pours out. Some algae, and nothing else.
Wait a minute. Task completed. Inspect Clausier's buoy. Gained experience plus 10 and I leveled up. Okay, but nothing else.
Well, damn.
No documents. What do you think happened to them?
I have no idea.
The lieutenant taps his foot, frowning. Well, we might say this is a minor quirk, Kim. We know what the buoy contained, anyway.
Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope.
You know, Kim, I think I have no idea. Do you have any theories?
Might have been Glacier, might have been the people after her, might have been a local drunk. We should go.
He gives a little shrug.
You could ask the miss what she thinks, later if you have the time, though you doubt she'll tell you much at this point.
Well, I suppose we were lucky it's still here. A little longer and it might have floated away.
We still got here too late. There's nothing of use here anymore.
I put down the empty buoy and leave it be. Well, how about that? We did not find what I was hoping. Has she, even now, actually given us her real name? I don't know that she has. We got 2 points we could spend on things. We could. I'm saving them. I'm saving them for now. Oh, boy. Oh, we've restocked the trap. Now report to Lena at the Whirling. Well, why not? Okay, to do that, we got to get back over to the fast travel spot. Unfortunately, you're only able to fast travel from the fast travel locations. Why not a little bit of running back and forth? Why not? Here we are. And travel back to the Whirling. You know what? Before we do, I want to get back on the horn with Sylvie and tell her, you know, oh, what's this? There it is.
Snow covers the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white colors nearly meld together.
Wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to?
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Canema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
I choose to say, pointing to the vehicle, Kim, that machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
What's it packing there? I ask, pointing to the engine.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
That's, what? I say, rubbing my chin. A 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
The lieutenant is trying to suppress a smug smile. Unsuccessfully.
Saying these words brings him immense joy.
It's a fine machine, Kim. Fine machine, I say, running my hand over the smooth metal surface.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
There is gentleness in the lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contours.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot. It's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper off-road components.
Kim, you ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
Well, how about if we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together?
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
Definitely maybe. All right, let's move on. I don't have to stop and have every little thought explored, but I'm I do. I can't help it. All right, let's pick up the radio.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Let's connect to Sylvie again.
Just a second. Sylvie Malay. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, Detective?
Nothing. I thought now that I've spoken with Clausier that there would be more information available, but not at all.
You hear the...
Anything else I can add? 57?
In the cabin, you see...
And we're not going to listen to any of that dialogue. No need. Okay. Well, this is following up on a hunch. Didn't pan out. Ooh, Morel is gone. Where did he go? Quick save. Let's talk to this lady here.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
The elderly woman smiles up at you, hopefully. I tell her, I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
She manages a smile for you.
Her smile is wary. Her earlier ebullience has left her.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. It is awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
There's the peanut butter. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Butters. Come here. There we go. Okay. Okay, sit down. And I ask her, so who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud. He doesn't say anything.
With perhaps undue optimism, I say to the woman, once more unto the breach, then, as I take on the case.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Is that so?
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up. I feel like you're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not that.
She doesn't know how to end the sentence. I respond, what is it then?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
That I am.
And when a police officer asks, you must answer.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
All the time.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me that you'd seen it. You told me you saw it.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
A terrible sting in the heart. Regret.
Are you saying that you just made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence, that I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That, and for years his belief made me believe too. But now, we're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Well, I've got a medium suggestion here. First, I want to tell her that her marriage has not been a lie. This is a red check. It cannot be retried. Here's the one and only roll for the books.
But it has, hasn't it? A seed can only bear what's inside. The seed of love is black and oily.
Oh, that's terrible. I don't want that to be true.
It has a taste you're quite familiar with.
Wow. I have to tell her. I have to say to her, take it from me, love is a lie. The sooner you accept it, the better. I don't want to do this. That was suggestion. We're gonna load the game back to the quick save before I started talking to her, and I'm gonna put on all my suggestion clothing. We're not having that outcome. Screw that shit. Okay, what do we got to boost suggestion? Rhetoric, logic, empathy, encyclopedia. Oh, I should be wearing my encyclopedia glasses. For sure. Suggestion. What boosts suggestion? None of these things. Oh, the blue jacket boosts suggestion. How about neckties? Drama. Inland Empire. Any shirts that boost suggestion? Nope. Savoir-faire. Half-light, reaction speed, composure. Well, literally, I just got a +1 to it. So it'll give me a better than even chance. It is what it is. All right, now we're going to get into this conversation.
Yes?
Whoops. No. I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her.
Hello, dear.
I restocked the
Thank
trap.
you for doing that.
Her smile is
We're
wet.
going to skip
Morel
through
still
all
isn't
this.
feeling well. I'm sorry, dear. Morel will eventually.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud.
That really
Very strange.
different. How? I'm in doubt. It's,
And when a police officer asks,
do you ever see
You ever feel like it
Morel
was a
so
dream?
proud?
a terrible
Morel's so
sting in the
proud of it.
heart,
So you're saying you made it up? No,
that
she
I'm
says.
some
that I am a queen, an extraordinary witness to grace.
But now we're both getting old, and
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
All right, I might still fail, but we got a 72% chance now. Let's do this. Let's go.
But it has.
Son of a
hasn't it?
bitch.
It has a taste.
We're going to load it up again. Man. Oh, let's go here. Yeah. I didn't think that was going to fail again. We're doing it. I'm not leaving the imaginary old lady with a bitter taste in her mouth that her entire
Hello,
marriage to this
thank you for doing that, dear.
man
The
she
smile
loves
is weary.
is
Morel still isn't feling. I'm
just
sorry, dear.
one
Morel
big
will
lie.
The lieutenant stares at his
That real
very strange.
different. It's,
And when a police officer,
do you see Morel so...
a terrible sting in the heart.
No, that I'm... But now...
The lieutenant
Here we
opens
go.
his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Oh, wow. Why did I have a 72% chance earlier? Oh, because I'm not wearing the jacket. It auto-saved it before I put on the jacket? Seriously? Well, let's try it again.
But it has.
Shh, son of a biscuit. All right. We're going back to the autosave, I guess. Or we go to the quick save? We go to the autosave. Okay. Jesus, I didn't put on the jacket. Oops. Okay. I'm pretty determined on this one. There we go. There we go. And the jacket I took off. What else? Oh, I needed to put on my encyclopedia glasses. And there was something else, wasn't there? Was there something else? Was there? I suddenly feel like there was, but I don't think there was. There actually was. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, we're going to back out of here, and we're going to quick save it again. Man, every time I click something, it tries to walk me around the map. Here we go, one more time.
Hello, dear. Thank you for...
Her smile is wet.
Morel still isn't feeling... I'm sorry, dear. Morel will eventually...
The lieutenant stares at his shoe.
That real...
Very strange.
different. It's...
And when the police...
Do you see it? Morel's so proud.
A terrible sting in the heart.
No, sweetie. That I'm some...
That I am a queen.
But now...
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
This has got to be the last time. 72% chance. Let's go.
An acorn is
Thank
not the same
fuck.
as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
And I need something good here.
All qualities these two seem to share in abundance.
Well, wrong or not, Lena, your relationship with Moral isn't just about the Phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the Phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Nah, Moral hated lecturing. You convinced him to do something real in this world.
But if the dream comes to naught, what good is it? No, the thing is,
She looks down at her legs.
I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived, on our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
Lena, I think he'd still be into you. It's not how these things work.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him? I've wasted enough of your time with this drama. I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time. What you have to know is the Insulindian Phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
We got some options here, and I think I only get to pick one. First, to hell with this. I still believe you saw the Phasmid. Number 2, thing is, you're not sure you made it up either. Number 3, okay, it's a false memory. Doesn't mean all cryptids aren't real. Chase another one. Or number 4, you're right about all of it, and I need to get back to my work. I'm going to say to hell with this. I still believe you saw the Phasmid.
A true believer. Sometimes I still see it too. The real memory of it, how it was there. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart.
Rising, unfolding from the reeds on a hot summer's day, like a benevolent god.
Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
You sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
Well, you do that. I'm still going to check the traps one more time.
Really?
You shut up, Kim.
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Can I have your address? Just in case there's news.
Okay. It's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
We got some options. I can simply say, be careful out there, Lena. I can say, it's been a pleasure, ma'am. Or I can say, the rest of it is pretty grim. Thanks for bringing some light. Let's go with that one. I like that.
you're welcome, sweetie. I'm glad it helped you, even though it turned out to be a...
The sentence remains unfinished. Task complete. Find the Insulindian phasmid. Gained XP plus 30.
A dream. A fool's hope. Say her lips moving in silence. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, it's snowing.
We should go too.
And that's the end of that. There are no more tasks related to that thing, are there? There's not even a task to go back and check the traps again. Like the game is saying, don't even waste your time. I'm wondering if I do, though. If I run around and check them anyway. What is going on here? There is no scrolling down because that isn't the entire list. Okay. We still need to sing karaoke at some point. Find the rest of the armor. It says ask Kuno what he knows. Well, we've already been out there and had like a million conversations with that kid. I didn't see any unexplored dialogue options, but I guess we could try one more time. Let's do a quick save and run out and talk to Kuno again. He is one of my favorite characters. That little shit. Let's change our jacket. Right? Back to this. Whoops. Close that. All right. Let's see what he's got to say. Oh my goodness. Talk to him.
Fuck does Kuno care?
I mean, the body. What do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
Kim, help me out here. What do we want to know?
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them who he is, how he got there, and the usual.
Miss Sparkles has arrived. Here I am, she says. Sorry, I was watching Ethan Ralph, and I was debating on trying to call in. Forgot about my wizard man. Well, that's okay. I'm glad you remembered me. You're never obligated to show up, but it's always nice when you do. Let's ask here. Where's the rest of his armor, besides his cuirass? I got that.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
Well, how come?
That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant, huh?
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You just threw it in the sea, huh?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
What do you mean, troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
Miss Sparkle says, I know you don't believe these people being friends with me, but Ethan and Dev have been in my DMs for about 2 years. I know what a parasocial relationship is. I have had one before. Well, I won't say the thought didn't cross my mind, but you'll notice I didn't say it. Not just because I'm being nice, but because, what do I know? You can know all kinds of people. I'm perfectly happy to talk to Ethan Ralph as well, if he wants to come on and do a dream with me. That'd be fantastic. I will ride anyone's coattails. I am shameless. So, I mean, do I believe you? At the very least, I would say probably. What do I know? We'll see. Honestly, it doesn't matter either. Doesn't matter if you know. It doesn't matter what I believe. So I'm willing to accept the possibility. Yeah, I mean, maybe. What do I know? Certainly have no reason to doubt you or believe you are necessarily lying. You're smart and you have said it before. Well, yeah. I mean, about the parasocial thing, I'm like, just be careful with that sometimes. I mean, if you talk to people, are they friends? I don't know. I have a hard time judging that for myself either. Like, who am I really friends with? Not like my wife, basically. That's it. And then I have my internet friends, and that's a different kind of friendship, but that's okay. They're people I like to check up on and hear from. It's not bad. Anyway, it's a whole thing. The troubadour. Do you know who he was? I ask Kuno.
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
Do you know how it got up there?
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
So you didn't see it happen?
You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay, then. Well, where did you go?
I don't know. Some fucking...
He looks around, trying to come up with something.
Remember Night City, pig fuck? Kuno was in fucking Night City getting shit done.
Ah.
What the fuck, Kuno? Stop being so fucking lame.
All right, but back to the dead body.
Yeah. Kuno didn't smoke him, if that's what you mean.
Have you seen anyone suspicious around?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
There are contusions all over his body. You did that, right?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Well, let's back up. This isn't going anywhere.
The buck-toothed gremlin lets go of his head. Looks like the attack has passed.
This is a conversation I was probably supposed to have with him like 2 days ago in the game, but like 2 weeks ago during my gameplay. Miss Sparkle says, yeah, I've talked to a lot of YouTubers, but they have all faded except Ethan Dev and Review Tech. I'll tell you more later, not so public. Yeah, and this kid seems like trouble. Yes, he is. He is definitely trouble.
The pain of the word recedes. He's feeling better now. Further away from education.
All right, more on this later. Right now, let's talk about something else.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
I'm going to say that's about it. We don't need to talk about the shack or the body. We've got a... Oh, there are 2 kids. I'll show you.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
There's another one over here behind the fence. We can walk over here. I'll say hello to her so you can hear her for yourself.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
What are those strange words you use, girl?
I come from the woods, Guttavitu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains. Let's try again.
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Hey, you there, behind the fence.
You don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
So this is Kuno S, and she is staying with Kuno because Kuno's dad's drunk and he doesn't care who gets brought into the house. And so they're friends. She hangs out here. yelling foul and obnoxious things, and Kuno talks shit and throws rocks at dead bodies. Sweet little girl. Yeah, apparently she's a hard case. She's been through some stuff.
You can still see the top of her hat.
Child, converse with me. What a great line, right? Who says that? I don't even say that. I say all kinds of crazy shit. Go to the harbor gates, ask the Jolly Mesk about the armor. Let's go. Let's go. I know exactly who she's talking about. There we go. And the guy we're talking to is this guy. Let's ask him about the armor.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Say, mañana, you're the man in the boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise, huh?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So, Kuno, he just used us to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
So mañana, the probe into the armor. What did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
I get the same feeling about folks around here.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What kind of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Yeah, you're not wrong. One push and he is at least probably breaking an ankle.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
So, 4 pieces of armor up for grabs then. But I already sent the boots away.
I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Hold up, you said 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Yeah, I guess I may have better things to do as well.
I agree, officer. Let's focus on the hanging, and later some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Nice. From what I learned, it was a very heavy, boring set of armor.
Well, thank you for your cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
The way, you say?
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
All right, good talk, man. Gotta run. And that only updated. Kuno lied to you. Return and confront him. Let's run. Let's run back. Why not? You know what Kuno's gonna say? Kuno's gonna say, Kuno don't give a fuck. I have a feeling. Ms. Sparkle says, Do you know the way was my son's favorite meme? Do you know the way?
For fuck does Kuno care?
Kuno, I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
Task complete. Where is the rest of the armor? Gained XP plus 10. Kuno says, so. He raises his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. You know what, kid? He said you are now the king of the entire Jamrock.
North Jamrock? Kuno meant everything north of 881. The rooster fucked Kuno's words up. Kuno doesn't do south. Doesn't fuck with the madre.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like Jello.
Because Jello runs around.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Alrighty then. Let's move on.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, Patterson Kuno.
He throws his hands into the air.
After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Alright then, I'm off. There is nothing else to talk to him about.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Kuno doesn't care. And we solved another mystery. Man, this list that was just packed full is slowly getting whittled down. Let's see. I just want to read this real quick here. Ruby was the organizer of the hanging. She's also missing, but the Hardy Boys will be tight-lipped about her location. You need to get them to open up. Have you fully explored the whirling? Analyzed the site of the murder? Truly and thoroughly interrogated Klausya? All this might make convincing them easier. So it's not telling me to go and talk to him yet. That may not be a thing. I know one thing we're waiting for is the time. Apparently, okay, so someone's been running around with your sidearm pretending to be a police officer. You must meet near the old fish market at 2200 and get your service weapon back. Just walk past the fishing village until you see the boardwalk. So we've got 1 hour of game time before that can occur. Oh no, 2 hours of game time. It is almost 1958. So let's do a little quick save. I honestly don't know what to do with myself. I don't know how to kill time here. That's part of what I was doing in that menu, was looking at other things to do. I don't want to miss that. I don't want to miss that opportunity to go pick up my gun. We got to locate a working firearm that shoots 4.56 ammo. Need to find the Sunday friend taking a stroll along the coast. A lot of these are helping the kids find a way to start up their nightclub. Wait until Kim's not around to stop you, and then ask Klausya about what she heard from her room the night before you emerged into reality. She must know something. Well, Miss Sparkle says, I used to sing my name like the Jello song. That's cute. I really don't know what to do with myself now. I don't know that I've failed to explore anything I should have. I suppose I could kill time running around looking at those traps, but it doesn't really move the game forward much. You can only kill time sitting on a bench when Kim is not around. I suppose the only other way to kill time is to read a book, I suppose. This seems like something I should do. So let's do that. Let's go to the fishing village and try and kill enough time to move the clock forward. We just got to get down to this little spot here. And we're going to go for a hop, skip, and a jump to the fishing village. hit on the ladies. What, the kids need a nightclub? Yeah. There is at least one lady I can hit on over here. And I need to wait until I find a place to take her on a date, which I think might be the nightclub. Like, hey, why don't you come with me? Let's go check out this nightclub. So, we're going to kill some time by reading a book, I suppose. Can't think of a better way to do it. Interact with a book.
The Greatest Innocence. Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain. You can do it. It'll be worth it. There's something here. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned. This might take a few minutes. You ready?
Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence? Dolores Day.
My pain threshold responded. Why?
Incorrect. Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. She codified parliamentary democracy and created modern institutions. Among these, the moral intern. She was powerful and beautiful on all her icons.
Who was the first innocence? Yo mama, says Miss Sparkles.
Her colors are silver, white, and apricot. And when you think her name, Dolores, stomach acid rises to the back of your throat, and it hurts. You see a flash silver, a wreath, an airport bag, and blonde hair. You don't know why. Another choice, perhaps?
The one that got away, the one that broke my heart. Or that I got away from her. And I shouldn't have.
Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this. Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day.
I'm gonna cut to the chase. Well, let's go through all the answers. We're killing time anyway. Sola? Is there someone named Sola?
Incorrect. Sola was anointed during the previous century and even lived to see the current one. She was an urban planner who spoke her mind and largely left history to its own devices, encouraging people to excel on their own rather than prescribing to a deified model of history. She is often called an anti-innocence. Sola resigned after an assassination attempt by a Yugo nationalist who blamed her for not taking the side of the left during the turn-of-the-century revolutions. Innocences don't usually resign. Care to try again?
Miss Sparkles, I'm trying to read what you're saying, but I can only look at it on my phone because I got a cat blocking my thing over there. Ugly color to mix. Damn tablet has to reset it twice for it to work. All right. Care to try again? I will guess the Pericarnassian.
Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out of his mouth. All he spoke was gold. It's said he invented God and equality of men before God. He also introduced the gold standard as a way for measuring people's love for Aurum. As the first innocence, he declared that there should be more of those like him. It is presumed his disciples were the beginning of the Holy Party, the founding party. Question 2. Who was the strongest innocence? Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Who was the strongest innocence? Oh, it was a he, she. I don't know. Maybe. I gained money just from getting my encyclopedia to chime in. That's fantastic. And plus 10 XP. I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar to me. Shoot me a hint.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world. A literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general. At least, the parts that matter.
Okay, that is very interesting, but it doesn't really help me answer the question.
I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win, for their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help?
Oh, yes, immensely.
Great. Dolores.
My pain threshold says, it says Dolores again. My pain threshold is kind of obsessed with Dolores Day. Well, let's answer that.
Incorrect again. While she originated many modern institutions, launched several successful expeditions, and was even critical of the innocentic system itself, and somehow keeps popping up in your mind, she is not often considered the strongest. Even though the words most associated with her rule are l'amour, la compassion, la autodiscipline, love, compassion, self-control, which could be seen as facets of strength. Would you like to try again? Please, relax.
I'm not just relaxing, I'm killing time, because this is the only way to move the clock forward. That's one of these game mechanics where the clock only moves when you're having conversations. I think I've run out of new and interesting people to talk to, so without repeating conversations that I've already had, I might as well look at something new. So we're reading a book to make this, make the time of day move forward. We got to get to 2200 at night somehow. Let's see. Was it Vesper Messina?
Incorrect. Vesper Messina is not a person, but a defunct state on the southeastern coast of the Occident. It used to take up most of the peninsula before separating into the republics of Vesper and Messina. Care to try again?
Well, the last option is Franco Negro.
Correct. Named the innocence of militarism, he codified hereditary rule, but at the same time ended serfdom and established the Inter-Isolari Real as the global reserve currency. He also established the concept of the nation. Franco Negro attempted to solve the rising tensions between the aristocracy and bourgeoisie by building a unified society in which every man has a place and a mission, but at the same time may rise to nobility provided on the strength of his virtue. Question 3. Who was the false innocence?
And this is all news to me, so maybe a hint?
Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Pericarnacian. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members.
In response to this, I merely sigh internally.
There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. It's not my fault. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful.
Was it Eleanor Pasternak?
Correct. There have been a number of counter or false innocences. Some assumed to have innocentic qualities. Some who just thought so themselves. Occasionally, they have the support of a faction inside the ecclesiastic organization, and accusations of foul play have arisen. The most famous and important of these was Eleanor Pasternak. He was into torture, despotism, hymns, cannons, and world conquest, but got defeated and humiliated by Stepan the Despicable of Kedra. Final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind.
You sound confident. Go right ahead. A hint would come in handy.
Of course, this is my thing. The reason I exist in this world. The correct answer is Franco Negro.
And you're absolutely certain of this?
0 doubts. While it was actually her.
So I'm going to choose Franco Negro, and it's going to be wrong.
Incorrect. While Franco Negro built concrete churches and cathedrals, and while many people, especially the Mesk, consider him a father figure, due to his militarism and nationalism, João Paulo Salomão Lopes de Fuego argues differently. Another choice, perhaps? Oh yes, militarism and nationalism. My bad. Yes, obviously.
Was it Erno Pasternak?
Incorrect. He was a violent bastard, out to torture, maim, and kill whoever stood in his way. He was also a false innocence, disqualifying him from being the greatest and most important and most precious to humankind. Would you like to try again?
And the only option left is Dolores Day, which is what I figured it was going to be, but I wanted to run through all the options to kill the most time.
Correct. The Mesk might see Franco Negro as the father of nations, but as of this century, there's been a great shift in attitude. Dolores Day has become widely regarded as the greatest innocence, a most radical change to the whole fabric of the world. Everything from inter-esolary travel to the connected world to 3 consecutive scientific revolutions can be traced back to her. Every decade that passes, she seems less human somehow, and more beautiful. And more beautiful. And more beautiful. Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get...
I get nothing because I exhausted all the answers.
An F for failure. Ha ha ha.
Oh, ha ha ha.
You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, you arrogant book.
What's going on with you?
This thing thinks it's so smart.
Okay.
The lieutenant stares at you, his visage unflinching.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers.
I put the book away. Okay, well that's that. And I've killed just enough time that it is past 2100. I'm going to do a little quick save here. I think if I go into this house, Kim will go away and I'm free to go talk to other people. Let's try that.
It's getting late, and it's raining. Time to call it a day.
Good night, Kim, I say, sending him away for the night.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
And then I enter the shack. Which, at this point, I don't have to go straight to bed, and I don't want to, because I got shit to do. You know what I am going to do is, I'm going to put the crowbar in my hand. Some voice said, look under the floorboards. And, well, I'm not really seeing an opportunity to do that. So, screw it. Well, if I also equip my flashlight, is there anything new to see? Nope. But we are turned loose. You know what? I'm going to put that bag away. We're going to keep the flashlight out, though. Alright, I'm going to head back out the door. I am now free to do whatever. Who else was I supposed to talk to when Kim wasn't around? I'm supposed to go back to talk to someone. Clausier. Clausier. Let's do it. Let's put the flashlight away. We'll kill some time having a conversation with her. Then we're going to go back and get my gun. Take a little shortcut. And she's still here? How about that? Quick save, just in case.
Officer, what brings you up here in the rain?
I found your buoy. It was empty. Nothing but seawater.
Oh,
Did you take the documents?
no, of course not. As I said, it would have been too risky for me to use those documents anyway. My employer gave them to me. In truth, I should have destroyed them.
Maybe the people who are after you took them.
They couldn't know where I put it. I'm absolutely sure I was not followed. And I've told no one but you. You mentioned seawater? I was worried I'd been too careless with the latch. The documents were probably just washed away.
The words, washed away, sound distant and strange suddenly. Somewhere far away, a dog barks.
Clausier, now that Kim isn't here, let's talk about Sunday night.
Yes. The night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you're a police officer.
It's one of the first things I remember doing in Elysium.
Wow. Elysium. You don't hear that term often.
Did you hear something Sunday night from my room?
There was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Did I have any visitors?
I can't say. Probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo.
You mentioned loud disco music.
Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestrations prime among them.
She arches her eyebrow, waiting for it to connect with you.
Oh, we're huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it?
It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace.
What happened then?
A slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of that time you were yelling along to it.
Was I singing this, I say, showing her the tape of the smallest church in St. Seine?
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also...
What else?
That it doesn't matter anymore, and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
When you say wounded, do you mean that in a cool way, like a wild beast?
Yes, it was very cool.
Thank you for that. Then what happened?
Then you started screaming and trashed the place.
And you're sure I wasn't being assaulted?
No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room.
She takes a sip of her coffee and smiles.
A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Was there anything else?
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. And that was it.
I can thank her or say nothing. I mean, let's thank her.
No problem, sir.
Task complete. Ask Clausier about Sunday night. Gained experience +10. And that's that. Man, that only moved me forward 10 minutes worth of game time. Damn it. How do I even get to 10 o'clock? I'll have to go talk to people. Maybe I'll go back and talk to the kids in the tent. I haven't been there in a while. Maybe they got something new to say. Well, there we go. This list is shrinking. Shrinking. Alrighty then. I'm going to come back and talk to her some other time. All the way back out to the deserted church when we get the chance. Let's just take a chance that maybe these guys, quick save, might have something to say. I don't think it's time. I don't think it's time
you
yet.
Again. What is it?
I don't think it's time yet. We're gonna find out. I talked to Clausier. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. Oh, we got so many options here. Because she's your real leader. Number 2, I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Laylee's killer. Number 3, I've seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers in my ear. Or, look, I need to pin this on someone, and I've decided to pin it on her. Number 5, I suspect she killed the victim. That's why. Number 6, a civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. Or she is the suspect in a case. I'm investigating drug smuggling. Okay, I think I can say because she's the real leader, but I think I'm going to go with a civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. Let's go with that one and see what happens.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
Guys, she is missing. And if you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. It's just how it works.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I got a real high chance. I found the key in the union box. I saw the winch outside. Staged like a play. Reconstructed murder scene. Clausier's gave a motive. We found the secret route. Ruby is the drug trade. Ruby is drug trader established. It's a white check. I can retry it. I got a 72% chance. Let's see what happens. This is probably a terrible idea. Here we go.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Titus, why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
You saying she didn't go out to the toilet, to the bar for a drink, for even one smoke out in the fresh air?
No.
The window Clausier gave for the time of death was from 11:30 to 12:15.
You mean she stayed put from 11:30 to 12:15? All that time?
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop. And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He says, tapping his temple.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
Well, Titus, you do agree that the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
Now, there is a 72% chance that the bullet came from the roof.
72%. There's a percentage and all. Where'd you get it from? Your guys in the lab?
Yep, big lab, back in Jamrock. The Jamrock Ballistics Lab.
Wouldn't hurt to have one of those in Martinez. Still, all the labs in the world don't put her on that roof. How'd she get there? Climb?
Well, Titus, a skilled Sambo artist, could have climbed the outer wall like a spider.
Garbage. It wasn't a Sambo artist, Carl. I've been doing this for 10 years. Let me give you a lesson. Boys.
It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's never a bullet-bending sniper.
That's right, Gene. Now, Carl, you established a window of opportunity. The only reason why you still have my ear. Don't waste it.
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
Who said don't say that? Nobody said don't say that. All right, well, there is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
He looks seriously curious. I reply, through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
Titus, there is an elevator on the outer wall of the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
And how does she come into it?
Well, Ruby could have gone up, shot him, and then come down, all in under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Have you noticed... frogs in my throat. Have you noticed that winch out back, Titus, on the outer wall of the whirling?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
Yes, sir.
That's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby, does it?
I found pinball machines in the workshop. Still operational.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Let's see. I could say nothing. I just thought we'd bring some down, get some new machines in here. Or what if they're somehow connected to the murder? Pinball murder. You know what? I'm not going to piss him off and waste his time. Just making an observation. Let's move on.
He makes a gruff gesture for you to continue.
Titus, I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop.
Footprints? Recent?
Recent. Within a week or two.
That close, huh? How fortunate. I'll take a thorough look at those prints myself before I believe that call.
I've walked over that spot like a dozen times myself already. I think they're probably destroyed.
Good news is, I'm still listening.
Well, guess what, Titus? Remember that key I found here? I say, pointing to the window.
I don't like guessing, Colt. No one does.
Well, then I'll tell you. It opens the kitchen door that leads to the roof. You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
Well, she could have just put it back there once she was done.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It's just possibilities.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
Well, Titus, have we firmly established Ruby could have accessed the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Ruby has no gun, apparently.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt, in the shape of a gun.
Well, I've already established that Ruby is running drugs. Maybe she could have smuggled guns, too.
God damn, that's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
All I'm saying is, from what I saw in her cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a carbine. No one has trouble getting a gun. I still never saw her carry one.
He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
Titus, I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So?
The man shrugs and looks at you.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those. This goes against your everyone has a gun theory. If it was military grade, how'd Ruby get it?
I'm just being upfront with what I know.
Right. That's mighty forthcoming of you. So, let me extend you the same courtesy. She's connected to you know what. So she may have access to semi-automatics, but that's a long fucking stretch of the imagination.
Well, Titus, I'll level with you. There is a small, maybe about 28% chance that the shot came from beyond the roof.
Yes, goddammit, I know what a 72% chance means. It means there's a 28% chance it isn't that. And 28% is no small chance either.
It doesn't all have to fit. The chance is still way smaller than it coming from the roof. And he knows it.
The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her?
You lost your gun?
The blonde man is taken aback. He's not even laughing.
What an idiot!
Shanky, on the other hand, is definitely laughing.
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
No.
Of course not. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
Well, that was stupid. I should have known that myself and not even asked that question. But there you go.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
Just once again proving you don't have to ask every dialogue option. Jesus. All right, Titus. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
The tattooed man bursts out laughing at his own joke. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Maybe it's not about why did she kill him. Maybe it's about why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Like fuck she was.
But wasn't it her idea? The hanging, right?
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Okay, that's not a defense. That's incriminating.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Eugene, let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, Titus he's no dummy. He thought the same thing.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
Titus, Claudia told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby.
Yeah, like what?
Well, apparently she had a thing for Claudia.
A thing? You mean?
He tilts his head to the side and falls silent.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
I'm gonna go with this. It's scary, yes, I know. She probably went to university and learned it from a liberal. I don't think I'm gonna... let's do that one.
Liberal, man? Ruby's like a hardcore patriot. You'd have to be blind not to. Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
Man, Glenn was like the only one that didn't know.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
Right? That's the only reason, of course.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Light laughter sounds off in the room. It feels nervous. I continue, saying, Claudia said she made advances on her, and Claudia rejected them. She also threatened to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Well, she did tell us when we were close to arresting her.
Figures. But that Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. So there is some truth to it. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a Hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
And then, boss, use us to cover it up? I mean, that's just fucked up.
If it's true. But it's not. Right?
Well, maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge. Against you, Titus.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, cop, you put your head in your ass.
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Maybe. Maybe I shouldn't have asked him that. Whatever. Let's let's move on. When Claudia came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong, right?
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition. You know, women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Well, that's possible. Or she knew what happened because she killed him.
Not so useful.
Titus looks at Elaine, then Eugene.
Fucking hell.
The blonde man is in some kind of anguish that makes him stare into his garlic bread bowl intently. He's got a high opinion of Ruby. He didn't want this to be true.
Betrayal is not painless. Even the doubt of it hurts.
Titus, by this point, you've got to see it. Things don't add up. I need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod, and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
It's actually the only opinion he cares for. The voice actor read the line wrong. But yeah, Titus will look to the older, wiser member for advice. We sure about this? Is this what we're going to do?
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Want to know why?
Titus, I definitely want to know why.
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
You think she knew I'd find evidence against her?
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Task complete. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. Gained XP plus 70. Level up. All right, well then, when did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
Do you know what she was scared of?
I told you. You.
Me, personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Really?
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Let's see. I have no idea why she'd be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head.
Sure. Normal.
He says without smiling.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
He takes the measure of me. Well, what did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes, and that you won't stop.
Won't stop, you say?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up, like cans.
Wow. So he's actually Harry's actually a good cop. He's a good detective. Opens people up, gets the case solved. He won't stop. I'm liking this.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Anything else, Titus?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught me. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
Half-Light says change the subject. Okay, so we're not talking about me anymore. We're going back to the original line of questioning. Titus, do you have any clues to where Ruby might be?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al, and we won't either.
He gives a sharp look to the man.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
So you guys have looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where did you look?
More precisely, on the coast. Past the waterlogged. She's not here. So, I'm thinking she's there.
Anywhere on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked.
Okay.
I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
Yep. All right, I'll start there. One last question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
Do you know what she's doing with the ULAN frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
There you have it. Pale something.
Titus puts an end to it.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
All right then, fellas, it's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
He puts his hand out, and I shake it.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
Titus, you should be a cop.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
Fair enough.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
And boy, we are 10 minutes over time, and I gotta pee like a racehorse. So, we are done at this moment. I'm gonna save the game in a hard save. Racha. And I'm gonna say that brings us to the end of this episode of DreamWizard Plays number 407, Disco Elysium. Director's Cut from 2021, Part 17. Please come back again tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific, as we carry on with Part 18, and we'll see how far it goes. Tremendous progress today. So many mysteries revealed. We're finally getting into the meat of it, and there's more mysteries to come. I love it. On your way out, would you kindly like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, bring them on back tomorrow, and because I gotta pee like right now. I'm getting the hell out of here. So in the meantime, in between time, I am the Dream Wizard, and I thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.